We have enough to discuss. Please take a seat, relax, and join us as we discuss stable currency and regulations. With time emergency, Bitcoin increased by 5.61% over the last day to $71,000. Ethereum is up 20%, closing at $3,711. There are rumors that an ETF is on the way. Time will tell if these rumors are accurate, but the SEC is pursuing them aggressively. Claiming that it's secure, the evidence does not support the SEC's assertions that these ETFs are vulnerable due to a security issue. Given that XRP serves as the currency and offers a plethora of useful features, it makes sense to invest in it. Central banks are integrating global remittances, and if the price doesn't persuade you, consider Ethereum, which boasts a legitimate ICO and is attracting the interest of large investors. The SEC finally states that they believe the security price has increased by 20% as a result of what I heard about ETFs for cryptocurrency, correct? I am familiar with trust. For a start, the value of XRP, at 54 cents, is not too bad. It has risen by 5.33% in the past 204 hours and by 1% to 12% in the past 30 days. Let's applaud the $2,645 billion total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies. Now, where are we heading? It looks like we might be heading in that direction. This is the amount that you must pay. Pay attention to this. I have consistently advocated for it, and I will continue to do so. If we don't see a final correction above 74,000, we might see Bitcoin drop back to 60K and then break 74K. It's off to the races. Individuals will engage in physical altercations, but there's a possibility of financial transactions occurring during that period. Within the next few days, we could witness the movement of money into alternative currencies. Particularly at the end of the month, when I had to turn off my phone due to the extreme chaos, we need to be aware of the direction that Bitcoin is heading. Pay close attention in 10 days. When the Bitcoin monthly closure occurs, I will notify you. The weekly deadline is approaching. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin on Sunday. We've sold 2050 out of 260 units so far, which is absolutely crazy. I'm not sure why everyone doesn't have one, but Griff gave us this crypto. Observe this, it is indeed happening. Once more, he said, "Hey, rip slow." I guess you know you've made it when people start approaching you, capturing your footage, and creating voiceovers. You may have already seen your morning video, but take a closer look at this one. It's commendable that someone is attempting to profit from my information by copying exactly what you mentioned in this voiceover video and using it for their own gain. Are people really so lazy that they can't conduct independent studies or create their own content? Instead, it's taking a long time to train an AI to create videos. This is primarily due to information theft. Do you think this guy's channel is going to get bigger? What a joke. The Dark Defendant asserts that when XRP reaches its peak, people will continue to pose the same questions. Never will you reach $585 when XRP reaches $17.22 at Moon. That is unimaginable. Once again, it's your choice, but the first step is to visualize it in your head. Pay attention. 585 cents, yes, that will happen. It is approaching. I have this strange feeling that in 2025, there will be a tremendous explosion, a crazy parabolic blow off top, and that will push 2017 to the back burner. At this point, the only thing that holders of XRP have to discuss is what occurred in 2017. Yes, we may have some bragging rights because we defeated the SEC in court, but in my opinion, that accomplished nothing. The price quickly dropped and then rebounded, and we're still talking about a 54-cent XRPP. I've been here since 2017, and it's disgusting. Frankly speaking, there is nothing all that sexy about a 54-cent XRPP, but in 2017 and 2018, we witnessed a crazy, hyperbolic run that was based on a fictitious Coinbase rumor listing announcement. We went all the way up to $2, roughly 82 in the US, and we hit about $380 in South Korea. It was undoubtedly one of the best times of my life and the pinnacle of my cryptocurrency journey, but that is coming to an end. Unlike in 2020 and 2021, we won't let this bull cycle pass us by. We may barely notice it, but we're going to blow up big time. It won't come this year. We'll see an increase. This year, 75 cents is the bottom line. We need to get above 75 cents by the end of the year. I'm not saying that's all we're hitting this year. We could get up into that $150 range. The higher we get the XRP price before the end of the year, the more convinced I am that we can see a double-digit XRP in 2025. However, we don't want to be discussing a price in the dollar range at the end of this year. $150 is ideal. If we get $150, we might very well witness a double-digit XRP next year. It's still too early to tell, though, as we are only in May and there are still 6 months left until the year ends. Bitcoin hasn't broken through the $74,000 barrier or reached the $100,000 price point. Determine its intended destination. By year's end, Bitcoin will be 100%. Ethereum is also going to take off. 8 to 10,000 is correct, but we haven't seen XRP make that move yet. We know how XRP operates. When it does, it makes a lasting impression. At the Gala Games, guess what? A hacker generated over 214 million Gala tokens, which is a significant amount. I own a Gala token, and I think I've earned about 4.5 cents. I'm hoping this thing can make a run and give me at least a 5x return. I believe I invested $5,000 to be able to withdraw my funds, as this token has reached its limit. To be completely honest, I would be thrilled if I could increase my token balance from 5,000 to 25,000. Amid a hacking battle within the team, this is an absolute catastrophe. Bank XRP published this. Tom Emmer admits that open, permissionless transactions and stable coinage require a legal framework. The central bank's digital currency has American values. Why not consider the Ripple stablecoin as a potential solution? If you're mulling over a more ambitious proposal, consider the possibility of a unified bill similar to the one under discussion with the FAA, which would consolidate stablecoin, safe banking, and executive clawbacks into a single vehicle to garner broader support from the body. This could potentially happen by the end of the year. At the end of the year, Joe, but I think right now you're talking about just two very specific pieces of legislation. One is creating a framework so that entrepreneurs and innovators, those who want to invest in great projects, do it right here in this country, so we don't ever experience this issue that we had with someone who's outside of the reach of the United States oversight. And then we've also got a central bank digital currency bill on the floor, which literally says the federal government could create one, but they're going to have to get authorization from Congress, and it's going to have to emulate cash, which simply means that any digital currency issued by the government must be open, permissionless, and private. It can't be used like the Chinese are using the digital yuan, which is basically a surveillance tool where they're building social scores on their citizens based on their purchases and their behavior. We can't have that in this country. That's un-American. We need a digital currency that actually is consistent with American values. Tom Emmer is right when he says that we need a legal framework. We've been discussing a legal framework for a while. Interestingly, the CEO of Tether made disparaging remarks about Brad Garlinghouse, even though Brad was actually praising what Tether had accomplished. However, you know what? Ripple stablecoin is going to eat up a lot of this market share. We will provide further details in our upcoming video, but it is important to note that this is a credible cryptocurrency. This is where we are with Bitcoin right now. As I mentioned earlier, we need to break out at 74, as Bitcoin has the potential to surge, accelerate, and rip through these regions without warning. Once we reach 74,000, the bull run begins. If we don't reach that point, it will take another few months to break through, at which point all of the money will pour into the markets, amounting to at least XRP 75 cents by the end of the year.